What's up? Let's get into it and talk about the real beef. The beef between Foxy Brown and Lil Kim. And this isn't an autobiography of the two, okay? We ain't gonna go through every single diss song there is about each other. It's not about that. This is about what started it, how it started, and why. Okay, now they both came up at the same time. You know, see, Big was writing for Kim and pushing her out with Junior Mafia. We all know that. And Foxy Brown was coming up basically with Jay-Z and Nas, and she had a couple other people that was writing some tracks, but they were her main writers. And she was basically inserted into the firm. Now, here's where the situation got a little ugly. Okay, both of their albums dropped a week apart from each other. Now, both of them had successful albums. Sold a million records. Here's where the problem came in at. Lil Kim was taken more by the hip-hop crowd, not more of the R&B. She was more like the rap world accepted Kim. Foxy was pushed more into the R&B realm. You know, she was pushed into like 112 and all those groups. You know, she was pushed more towards the R&B group. So Foxy was cool and dudes felt Fox, but they buzz went more to Kim. And then they did a shoot together, which everybody got an idea because Leon Cohen was like, man, Def Jam put out this album, we'll co-produce with them, we'll put Foxy Brown and Lil Kim together on an album. And if we do that, we'll call it Thelma and Louise, and man, we'll make a killing off this. You know, Leo's just thinking about just the name and brand marketing alone. You know, Kim was like, okay, that sounds cool. They gonna bring Kim over and pay all this money for her to come over and do it. But Fox really like, I don't need that right now in my career. Like I'm good. You know, why I want to do that? Kim was just like, whatever, you know, they don't throw the money, let's just do it. But Fox is like, I don't really need her on my records. You know, like, doing all that, I'm good. You know, I want to just focus on my second LP. And do what she had to do. So, all of a sudden, they put her second CD on hold, and she was with the firm. But before they even got done or moved on to the firm, they had the album coming out, which was, their first album's out. They're on the Puffy tour. You know, this is that the epic tour they did in '97 when it was Maze and Diddy, Jay-Z. It's like a lot of stuff happened on this tour. You know, you got Foxy Brown, Lil Kim, all on this tour. Now, Foxy Brown brothers, they're like her managers. And they manage to get them, you know, they street dudes. But they make sure, you know, Fox is cool. Like, that's their sister. Nothing finna happen to her. It ain't finna get crazy. Nothing like that. So, Anton and Gavin, you know, they always make sure she got everything, and, you know, they trying to find Puff. We're Puffing. Man, we're Puffing. They can't really get the Puff, so they got to deal with whoever's running the show. So when Lil Kim's set used to start, Lil Kim's set used to come out. She'll come out on the bed, do all her songs, you know, and everybody was feeling Lil Kim and how she had all this production. So Fox felt her sets, you know, a lot of people when she went out, they wasn't really feeling it. And she used to, Lil Kim used to come last. Like, she wouldn't be the one that opened up. So Fox was upset. Like, man, you know, why am I opening for this girl? You know, I sold just as many records as her. Blah, blah, blah. And Gavin, like, yeah, man, it's supposed to be equal, man. Y'all making it like she ain't nobody. And this and that. Man, we ain't know it was going to be like that, man. Y'all done got us tricked up in here. Y'all said it going to be like that, blah, 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 blah. So they doing all this arguing back there. And they said, all right, you know what? We'll bump her up in the lineup. You know, and we'll bump her up in the lineup. We'll give her more of the lineup time. So they talked to Kim, and Kim was like, hell no, I'm not doing that. My show starts at this time. We got everything set for a reason. We ain't finna accommodate for her. So no, I'm not finna move back, even for one night. So they go tell Foxy. So what the accommodation was that they gave her more production. Like, she's like, we're watching the set, and right before Lil' Kim come on to do her set, here come Foxy Brown out in the bed. The one that Lil' Kim used. She come out in the bed doing her set. And she was like, oh man, this chick is real trifling. You know, it's like, man, that's bogus. So Kim was like, man, this chick is a problem. Like, she's crazy. Like, she just want to do everything that I'm doing. You know, she's like, she came out with this certain little fur mink on, and here come this with the boa. Next thing you know, Fox has got the boa, and she doing her set. So from then, they ain't really been cool. Like, she's like, you know, she's just weird like that. She's like, she wants to be like in competition. I guess that make her feel like, you know, better, or that's how she perform better. But she's like, I ain't got time for it. So Kim basically left it alone. Didn't really say nothing. They just, once the tour was done, they just didn't speak through the rest of the tour. It was all good. Then all of a sudden, you know, Fox and them, they doing interviews. They basically not saying nothing. Then on Lil C's album, Play Around, at the end of it, and, you know, they throw a little shot at her, Diddy and Kim. It was like, yeah, stop trying to sound like her too, bitch. And I was like, wow. Because that was an obvious shot at Fox, because her second CD, she changed up her whole flow, and she sounded just like Lil' Kim on a lot of her songs on China Doll. And I'm like, that's Fox or is that Kim? I'm listening to it, I'm like, man, she changed up her flow. Yeah, boom. I'm like, that ain't what she do. That's what Kim do. So the whole feud was going back and forth after that, because Fox was like, oh, you and them trying to snake diss me, you know, fake this and doing this and that. On another track she put on the Comega and I think Capone and Noriega, the reunion album, when she like sided with them because the Firm album didn't take off and didn't make what she thought she was gonna get off of it. But Lil' Kim had said something like, I'll bet on the Firm before I bet on, like, I bet on my crew, Junior Mafia, Lil C, before I bet on the Firm. You know, that's what people thought she was going to have problems with Nas and everybody else. But she didn't. She was just talking about Fox on that Barbie album, the Notorious K.I.M. album. Then, of course, Fox came back with the how you need to get off big, you know what, you know, let them rest in peace and live off your own self. So it was, you know, these rhymes are going back and forth on these bars, on these songs, on these albums. So they decided, like, I think they had a studio meeting or something at Hot 97. They was both coming down there to do their little set, and they ran into each other. And see, the thing is this: Kim, crew, D-Rock, Gunna, they really didn't get along with Foxy's brothers anyway. Like, it was, they more street than anything, you know, and Gavin is the one that really instigated a lot of stuff. He wants to be out there. He wanted to be a star. He loved to be in the moment. But they street dudes. So once they saw each other, it was going to go up. So I guarantee you it didn't escalate from Foxy and Kim. That was just something to get them two to go at it with attitude while they was in the hall just passing. Had nothing to do with no Capone, Noriega, no rhyme. It had something to do with the fact this was happening. And this was the gas they needed to just go at each other. And whatever happened, happened. Because I can't even talk on that, because people locked up behind that to this day. So, let's just say there was a shooting. Somebody got shot. Lil Kim ended up going to jail because of it. Foxy wanted to come out and end the beef. Like, let's just end this beef. Let's do all this and let's do that. And then all of a sudden, she does a song talking about Lil Kim doing Dancing with the Stars. Like, I'd never sell out my girl like that. I'd never dance with the stars. And Lil Kim like, well, there you go. Crazy woman back. And she used to have a song talking about she was 730. She had been in that house before. Foxy Brown is like clinically crazy. Like, something's like not right. Like, she's bipolar. She had a lot of issues. And Kim is like, I don't even want to beef with this girl. Like, I don't even want to like entertain it because she's crazy. One minute she's saying nice things about me, and the next thing she's saying bad things about me. And people like that, you know, you can't be around, basically. You just want to say, hey, keep you to the side. Because that's nothing good's going to come out of it. So from that point, that was basically the beef where it is right now to this day. But note to self, that had everything to do basically with Gavin and Anton. And just Foxy Brown just being completely jealous of Lil Kim. It was never the other way around. Wasn't even close to being the other way around. It all started from Foxy Brown's just jealousy of the way everybody was gravitating to Lil Kim and not gravitating more to her. And that's just it. Complete 100% jealousy. I'm out.